Hello and welcome to the Cloud Perspective channel. Today we are gonna troubleshoot the CloudWatch agent. So we are gonna look at some common issues for CloudWatch agent, like when the CloudWatch agent is enabled, it is not transferring logs to CloudWatch, and the metrics are not showing in the CloudWatch console. And the last one is like CloudWatch agent is not started. So follow me on the AWS Management Console and I will guide you through the process. So here I am logged into my AWS Management Console and I'm in my EC2 dashboard. I will be launching a new instance, okay, which will be Linux to AMI, E2 Micro, and I'll use CP South 1A. Okay, I'm setting the IP. Yep. So all looks good. Time to add storage. Yep, 8 GB is fine. SSD. First, we'll configure the security group. I'll keep SSH as enabled and we'll review and launch. Okay, and I will launch it. Let's wait for the instance to spin up and we'll then connect to the EC2 instance using SSH and configure the CloudWatch agent over there. So here my EC2 is successfully launched. It's in the running state. I'll connect to the EC2 instance. For ease of this demo, I will just use the EC2 instance connect and click on connect. So I will be issuing list of commands. First one is will be updating. So the first command is we are gonna update Linux system. So yum update -y. Okay. So it's gonna update. And the next command is like to install the CloudWatch agent. So somehow it's not copy pasting. All right, so we'll install the CloudWatch agent. Let's copy this command and it's gonna take a while for installing the CloudWatch agent. You can see it's completed now. Okay, now moving into the third command is for configuration of CloudWatch agent. Okay, so what this command will do is it will, bring in a wizard through which you can configure the CloudWatch agent. So we choose Linux. It is asking for which OS are you planning to use the agent for. Okay. Use Linux. We are planning to use it in EC2. Okay, and we are going to use root. We'll leave it as a default. Stats D. No. No. CPU memory metrics, yes. Per core, no, we don't want to monitor it per core. So Yes. Okay, and we'll keep it as a 60 seconds, which is a default choice. We want the standard one. Which default matrix config do you want? It is asking for it. And yes, we are satisfied with the configuration. So it is just a review page where you can check the configuration of CloudWatch. Sorry. So this is the current configuration where you can see the agent. It is running as root. Next is the metrics. You can see all the metrics that it is going to collect, which is CPU, disk IO, and memory swap space, etc. So yeah, we are okay with this. So go with the default choice. No, we do not have existing CloudWatch agent, and yes, we want to monitor some of the log files. So give it as a layer, yes, and let's paste in the log file path, which is var log messaging. Okay, paste this part and okay, we'll keep the group name, log group name as messages. Okay, and log stream, keep inside ID. No, we don't want any additional files. Uh, yeah, we can store in the SSM parameter store if you want planning to deploy other EC2 instances. You don't want to go with this configuration mess. But for this demo purpose, we'll leave it as no. We will keep it over here only. So yeah, this is how the configuration is done for the CloudWatch agent. Now it's time to start the agent. So basically the file that we just saw, right, it is getting generated over here. So let's go back into OPT AWS Amazon CloudWatch agent bin directory. Okay, so somehow it is not copy pasting from here. So let's give it a try again. Yep. So here you will see the config file, okay, that is being created by this CloudWatch agent. You can start the CloudWatch agent using this command. Let me just copy this. So as you can see, right, this is going in the bin directory, okay, and this is where the CloudWatch agent is installed. Bin directory CTL, and it is fetching the config file. Okay, this is the JSON file config. It is fetching and starting based on that. Let's run this command. Okay. Just copying it again and take it over here. So as you can see, it has successfully started the service. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to generate some load. Okay. Okay, it has successfully restarted. Okay. Now we are going to generate some load. So basically it's using stress. So now we are going to install this stress. So And so this is going to install the stress over here now. Okay, it's completed, and we will now start the stress to generate some load. Okay, and we'll move into the CloudWatch console. Okay, so now let's go back to our EC2 console and move to the CloudWatch console. Okay, CloudWatch service. Okay, from here. Okay, so as you can see, I'm already in the CloudWatch console, and under log groups, if we see, it is not showing any log group for this, for the messages log group. Let's look at the all metrics, and here as well, no, it is not showing any CloudWatch agent metric. That means that something is wrong with our CloudWatch configuration. But as we just saw that our configuration looks good and it is successful, that it is something related to the roles. So let's move back to the EC2 console. And let's check if the correct role is there in the security group. So security and security group. So keep one thing in mind. If your CloudWatch agent is successfully started and even then the logs are not getting populated, there could be two reasons. One is the role and other is port 443. Okay. So HTTPS should be enabled on your EC2 instance security group. Then only it's gonna be able to transfer the log. Now let's check the roles. Let's create one role. Okay. So role. We'll create one new role over here for EC2. EC2 and permissions. So CloudWatch agent. Okay, so we'll keep CloudWatch agent server policy, which is required. Okay. Next, and CloudWatch agent EC2 role, and then we'll create the role. Okay. Once the role is created, we'll move back to the EC2 console and assign this role to our EC2 instance. Okay. So under security, modify IAM role and type in the role name, CloudWatch EC2 role, and save. Next thing you gonna do is you got to restart the agent. Okay, so the command is somewhere over here. Scroll back up. Okay, systemctl. Where is the command? There is a command to restart the CloudWatch agent. It has to be somewhere here. So once the execution is completed, okay, successfully fed the configuration and yep, here it is. So the command is something like this. Let's just try copying it. Okay, since it was idle, it timed out. We have to connect the session again. Okay. Okay, so it is not able to restart it. Let me just try sudo. Okay, it has restarted the service. Now let's go into CloudWatch. Okay, let's run the stress command again to stress CPU. Okay. Let's move back to our CloudWatch console. Let's see if we got the data, the metrics. Okay, you see we have got these messages over here. Creation time is 3 minutes ago. So it started this log stream after after we enabled the security group for port 443 and we assigned a role, IAM role, to our EC2 console, which allows to instance to communicate with the CloudWatch agent to the CloudWatch service. Okay. Now let's look at the metrics. So you can see over here there is a CloudWatch agent, okay, and all these metrics are there. Okay, let's look at the instance ID, filter it by instance ID. So I'm just grabbing the instance ID from here and putting it here. So this is, you can see the metric name over here, right, which is disk space used. So these all metrics are related to the disk space. We need something related to the CPU. Okay, let's go back. And here, disk IO time, swap, and memory use percentage. 1 minute. Okay, I'm just refreshing the CloudWatch management console and Let's see if the CPU metrics coming. All right, as you can see, we are getting the new metrics for CPU idle time, CPU no wait, IO wait, user and system. Okay, let's go back. This one is related to the disk. So it shows what is the disk free percentage and use percentage, inodes, etc. And we have one more which is shows CPU idle time. CPU usage system. So okay, looks like I turned off my EC2 console. Let me just open it again. And connect it back. You just run this command and wait for some time. Okay, let's wait for some time until, okay, let me just change the period to 1 minute. Okay, as you can see, right, the CPU usage per user is 99.9%. Okay, so this is these metrics are collected by CloudWatch agent, and it is successfully showing over here. So that means that our CloudWatch agent is correctly configured. Apart from that, you can also view the OS log. So we already given the OS log path, which is this, while configuring our CloudWatch agent, which is var log messages. But you can also configure your Apache Tomcat log file in your CloudWatch agent. So all those Apache logs will be showing up in this CloudWatch agent. Here the messages is there, and you can filter out, like in using the metric filter, you can filter out. So let's say if you want to filter events like error, there are no such events, but let's filter it out using DHCP request. So all the DHCP request events will be showing up over here if you filter it out. So basically this session is not for configuring the CloudWatch agent, but it was for troubleshooting. So basically the troubleshooting steps, if we see, right? So for troubleshooting, we need to check if the CloudWatch agent is running on EC2, if the port 443 is open in your EC2 security group. So even if you configure your CloudWatch agent right, and if it is running successfully, but if the metrics are not transferred to the CloudWatch, like you are not able to see any metric from CloudWatch agent being displayed in the CloudWatch dashboard, then the issue could be because of the security group. So in your security group, you need to enable 443. Apart from that, you also need to check if the CloudWatch agent server policy is attached to EC2. So after doing all these things, you need to restart your CloudWatch agent, and after some time, the metric will show up. So that's it for this session. Thanks all for watching this video. Do like and subscribe the Cloud Perceptor channel. Thank you again. Stay safe. Bye.